That just conjures a lot of different thoughts, some contradictory. First of all, the idea of affordable housing. I believe that it's very important for affordable housing to be in an ownership program. And obviously, if it's in an ownership program, you have to control the price at which it can be resold at. So allow for appreciation, but not necessarily dramatic appreciation, because it'll no longer be affordable housing. And I think that a big mistake that we always make is that politicians want to put affordable housing in really bad neighborhoods that aren't transforming because they think they want to bring something to that neighborhood. And it's a much better, and they're usually rental because of the way the federal subsidies work and all this stuff, which in my opinion is just unenlightened. So I say have affordable housing in neighborhoods that are revitalizing. And you can always tell where they are. I mean, it was clear when South Beach was doing it. It was clear when Wynwood or the Design District was doing it. And make it ownership so that it's not like one of these tenements or whatever, but it's a place where the people can own it, take pride in it, and get some appreciation from it. Just cap the appreciation so it always remains relatively affordable. You asked the question, which is really that question, but you wanted to limit it to artists. And I could give you the same answer because it's the same thing. Just make the artist housing or whatever ownership and affordable. But with artists, I'm not so sure, because I don't think that the next generation of artists necessarily wants to be in the Design District or wants to be in Wynwood. You know, I think maybe they want to be in the more gritty environment, creative environment. I don't know. You know, I don't know if they want to walk down the street and go to Hermes and Louis Vuitton. Maybe they do. I'm not saying that, but I think that artists, you know, from my experience, they bring this amazing creative energy to neighborhoods that kind of get it going, and then yes, they move on to another frontier, but very often it's a different group of artists, because the ones that are on that edge, they're usually younger and more experimental and more adventurous. In Miami Beach, it was, you know, with us it was the artists because that was our idea, but it was really a lot like the gay community that moved up from Key West and established there, and it was more, I think, men than women, but of course single young men are a lot more comfortable in a rough neighborhood with crack addicts or whatever than young women are going to be or young families are going to be. So it was a catalyst to, and generally that tends to be a more creative community, so it really fit into the South Beach spirit. But in short, I think that there's two questions, and I'm not sure what the artists want, but my first answer really would solve the problem for artists or anyone else, because I think that people that have less affluence, if they could be living in more affluent neighborhoods, that would be better for all of us. And the way to do it is you choose the neighborhoods that are transitioning and you put the money there and you make it an ownership program.